friends. So after a whole lot of trial and error, also known as this little foot, this random head with ears, this random arm thing, I've done it, friends. I've created my very first bear. I'm really, 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 really excited about this. This was a lot of work. And this was a lot of work, and I'm very proud of her. If you want to kind of see a little bit of the steps I took, keep watching. Bye. I've gone through quite a few different renditions, and I think that I finally got it to a bear I'm happy with. The size, the shape, the coloring. I think I'm really pleased with it. So I kind of thought, okay, now's time to turn on the camera and talk about what I'm doing. Because I feel like I've kind of just been going and hoping and trial and error. And as much as I love to do that, I finally feel like I'm at a place I feel pretty comfortable. So this is kind of what we're working on right now. We're kind of working on the head portion. I'm learning, well, the head is the hardest part. That was my original thought. And then I thought, ooh, the body is the hardest part. But now I'm at a point where I just think a bear is hard. But essentially, it's raining really bad. I don't know if you're even gonna be able to hear, but we're sending it because I finally figured this out and I wanna get it on film of me finally being successful doing a bear. So I'm figuring out that I need to make it very deeper tight when you do bears, any kind of plush, just because with plushes, you have so much room for error. There's just so many pieces, so many parts, so many places that your piece can go wrong. And as soon as you take your eye off the ball, take your eye off making it tight and doing what you need to do, that's when everything kind of goes down. And for me, I've said so many times, I hate pinning things. That doesn't matter. Whether I like to pin or not, I have to pin. Because if I don't pin, it's just not gonna look right. It's going to fall apart. And it's gonna move so much once I get to the machine. So essentially right now what I'm doing is I'm just going as best as I can to keep this as tight as I can. This doesn't look perfect, but you know what? She looks pretty good. And make my stitching a little, give myself a little room for error, backstitch the heck out of it. So what I'm kind of learning is that it's so important to keep it super tight. If you don't, forget about it. Now I kind of see what we're talking about. It tells me, so the biggest thing I'm learning is that instructions are everything. If the website does not have good instructions that are super informative, I'm not going to be able to follow it personally as a new sewer, quilter, or maker person. I'm just not going to be able to follow it. And genuinely, I want to be able to figure it out. And if that means I have to keep trying and trying different patterns and trying different people's bears and trying different stuff, that's what I'm going to do. So kind of kept it, I don't really like where I did this, but I'm gonna keep going with it because I think it will still be fine. I just don't want it to fall apart. Like, what a tragedy that would be. I can't even, like, oh, they get it, and it's like, oh, you did so good, and then it's like, oh, but then it's like 2 years later, the arm fell off. It looks great, but the arm fell off, and that's like my big fear. So this is still got a hole. So I'm also learning that fabric is everything. I've gone through a couple different types of fabric, and the main reason that I found is that things are really thin. And genuinely, I want something that's gonna last. The top of them. So let's work on ears. And I feel like now that I've done like 4 bears, I feel a little more confident in what I'm doing, because in the beginning, your girl, I did not have a clue what I was doing. So I was just kind of winging it. And I think when you wing stuff in terms of like this, no, you're gonna have a lot of trial and error with everything you do in sewing, but especially with like animals and stuff, it's just harder. It's just genuinely harder to just guess. Because like I feel like I've gotten a pretty good hold of like, oh, that makes sense, that doesn't make sense, that should go there, that should go there. And I think once you get to a place where you're like, oh, I really have no idea what I'm doing, that's a little harder genuinely to make it happen out of nowhere. So I'm kind of at the point where it's like with these bears, I just need to try. And then if I don't like the bear, if I like this type of bear, this will be the bear I'm kind of gonna stick with. Because I actually have a couple people that want to get a bear from me, and that's why I've kind of been working on a bear. So I'm kind of just like doing it in order to make some money for me too at this point in time. It's just fun. If it wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it anymore. But I think I'm at the point where it's like, I'm thoroughly invested. I can't stop. It's like when you're not sewing now, it's like I'm jonesing to get some fabric in my hands. Like, it's wild how things change so quickly in terms of like sewing and how much you want to do it. It's crazy because in the beginning you're kind of like, it's all right. I'm figuring it out. It's kind of hard. There's a steep learning curve. But once you figure it out, it's kind of like, wow, this is super fun. I'm enjoying myself, and it's such a like adrenaline rush when something starts going correctly. Oh, it's working. It's like when it works, it's like shocking. It's kind of like the ears aren't hard, but every time I turn a pair of ears, I'm like, oh, so cute. Like, ears are really cute to me. The feet are always the cutest. I mean, I've done a couple renditions. I'll actually show you a couple of my graveyard bears just to show you how far I've come. All right, let me stuff these and then I'll be back. So I've gone ahead and I've stuffed my little ears, and now I'm going to sew them closed. And they say you should use like a little, they call it like a, I'm trying to think of what it's called. It's like a little hand stitch to close your stuff before you go, but I'm impatient and I don't want to. I don't want to, so I'm not going to. By golly, I probably should though. Really, I just want to make sure I'm catching this. We're gonna hope for the best, but I'm not expecting this all to close. Just trying to keep it straight. And I just made sure, they were like, make sure that everything you're doing is super tight and caught and everything. So I'm gonna go back and make sure it's all no holes. So that's pretty good. And we're just gonna use that as our threader. And then we're gonna go through and do this side. And honestly, I might do this one a little further up just because I feel like that one was a little, she was a little loosey-goosey. So let's go ahead and make this one a little tighter. I don't know, I saw, like I went to Hobby Lobby, I think it was Hobby Lobby. No, I went to Michael's and I saw that they had patterns, and I saw like the animal patterns, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love that idea. What a good idea. I would love to make animals. And I wasn't really like thinking, like Courtney literally learned how to sew last week. 2 weeks ago, my cousin came, gave me a 2-week lesson, and it's like, okay, you know how you can use a machine. Like, it's like being told you can use some heavy machinery at work and then be like, okay, you're on your own now. Like, your training's done. That's kind of what it feels like. It's like, oh, your training's over. Good luck. So my training's over, and this is me using my skills that I learned from my 2 weeks of training. So we have 2 little ears. Oh, they're so cute. Okay, so I'm gonna cut off my excess. The inside of my head is so messy. I don't even want to talk about it, but it's fine. I don't think it's gonna be that big a deal. And also I'm gonna cut these a little bit just to relieve some of that fabric tension, which they keep talking about, and I kind of didn't understand until just now. I kind of get that. That's a little tension. So I'm going to go get my head, and we're going to put these together. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach my ears. Yeah. Okay. Actually start over here. Start over here. So I feel like I need to start on this side. Didn't really say, but that's my assumption. I want to make sure I'm really catching them. I don't want ears falling off. No falling off ears. No ears falling. All right, so I'm gonna hope this all catches. Hope for the best. Expect the worst, as usual. That's one ear. Oh, I don't know if I caught her both sides, but this part is a little low. Guess I could move it up a little. So cute. Okay, let me go ahead and do the other side and kind of think on what I want to do on that side. But I think that's pretty good. You can kind of see it, so I kind of want to make that a little tighter in that space, but we'll go back through and do that. This one I don't want to have the same issue with, so it's just a matter of kind of keeping it a little tighter in. Okay, so that one I think is good. Yeah, that one's perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and I am going to fix that other one because this one's perfect, so I want the other one to be perfect as well. So that is this ear. So cute. Okay, and then this guy we're gonna fix up a little bit right in this space. The area is just a little low and I don't love that, so I'm gonna go back and fix it. Okay. Which I don't want to do, but we're doing it. And what I actually think, I'm gonna rip those couple seams out because I don't think that they're actually attached to anything. So I don't think you should be able to see them. Hoping this isn't gonna destroy everything, but I think we'll be okay. So I just don't want those visible seams. So I want the whole thing to be super clean. That's pretty good. Okay, so she's beautiful. Right, so now I'm gonna turn my head. And I just wanted to film this because I'm very excited. So that's the little head. This is the nose, the head. Yay. Okay. Yay. Let's keep going. So now I've gone and I've sewn the little pad on the little foot. So let's see. Let's go ahead and flip her and see. So cute. Okay. So that's the little foot with the little pad on the bottom. And obviously it'll look better when it's stuffed, but let me go through and do the second one. And I'm so sorry I haven't really filmed all of this that I'm doing. It's just like, it's a very complicated process. So I want to make sure I'm doing it right. And then if I can figure it out, then eventually I'll make a video on how I did it. But for now, I just think it's more important to get everything all done. So cute. A little head-a-rooney. Yeah. So let me do the other foot and then I'll be so back stitching, and then we're gonna go forward. And we're gonna go all the way down to the bottom for this. I'm gonna go ahead and back stitch again. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and put on the foot pad. So bear with me while I do that. So that's like a serious pinning situation. So like this space, actually this space right here is gonna hold my little foot pad. So I'm just gonna go through and pin this because this does need pinned really well. So I'm gonna go through and do that, and then I'll come back.
made me feel like I was really helping, you know. And then I got better, honing my skills, flip my profile, save the combination, and she finished the last step. I was so tired, but it's in my breath away. So, you remember that, mate? Sure.
We will be fine. Surprised it's for anything like you.
Okay. Let's see if I caught it all. All right, so let's go ahead and flip our foot.
Oh yeah, we're going down the mountain all right.
Foot,
And not
flip. There we go. All right. So
You want to rumble?
I've got 2 feet. So cute. All right, let me keep going. I just want to hop on in here really quick and show everybody my little bear belly. My little legs that sit up. So cute and nice. All right, so I've got the body attached to the belly. The feet are in there. And I'm just gonna sew this and see. Give it a go. See how it goes. I don't like to be excited during these times, but I'm not even gonna lie. I can't even lie about this. This has gone pretty well. My biggest thing is always guiding. And this is just me coming on here, and I want to encourage everybody. I literally started sewing probably like 2 weeks ago. I had 1 week of lessons, and I decided that I really want to do this. And I think if you really want to do something, you need to just give it all you got and go for it. So this is me kind of giving it all I've got, swinging for the fences. If it works, this shouldn't be as hard, but I say that now before I start working on it. Yeah, so let me actually start at the top, because I didn't do that last time, but I think it's smarter to start at the top. Let's go ahead and cut this also. Got such a mess, but we're going with it. So put that there, cut our strings. Ooh. Release this tension. My little guy here. Oh, it told me I had to do this by hand. Oh, hold on. So I did actually have to baste this, so I went ahead and did that just to make sure it's secure before I flip it. I kind of sometimes forget how to just do a normal little straight stitch, because I am so used to doing like lattice stitches and different types of stitches to just make sure everything is really, it just can't fall out. If the arms fell off inside of the bear when I flip it. So I hope I can use my machine for this. Okay, so right now I'm gonna go through and I'm just going to sew on my head. And it does say I need to sew this by hand, but I need to go around twice. So to make sure it's super secure. I just don't know how you would do this with the machine, so I guess it makes sense, but I don't like it. Nonetheless, I don't like it. Please let me know, because I'm really getting nervous here about this hand stitching business. Especially because the arms are hand sewn. Right, so I've got that. What if I do the other end as well? Not gonna be beautiful inside, but it will be made with love, I think. I don't know, this head situation is a lot harder than I was anticipating. So we're all in the head now. So now, I'm gonna rip it. Okay, so the whole thing is inside out now. Now we find this hole, if I had to guess. This is gonna, oh my, okay. Well, I have a quite little back stitch, but. Okay. Oh my god. And my head's attached. Oh my gosh. And the head's attached. Oh my gosh. Y'all. I made a bear. My first one. Oh my gosh. She's so cute. Oh. All right, let me fill her and then I'll be back. So, this is my bear. She is perfect. Obviously, I haven't sewn her up yet, but she's perfect. If you want one, link in the bio. Bye, friends.